As mentioned in our video titled The Empty Spain, Unstoppable Depopulation, approximately 90% of Spanish territory is uninhabited. Current causes of this phenomenon include the emigration of young people in search of job and educational opportunities. Many of them choose to broaden their horizons, not only by leaving their hometowns but also their country. What is the reason behind this decision? In today's extraordinary walk, we will delve into the factors that motivate young people to leave Spain and present a compilation of testimonies to help shed light on this issue. According to a report from Young Business Talents on the attitudes and trends of Spanish pre-university students, more than 80% of young Spaniards are willing to move to another country in search of employment and express pessimism about their job prospects within their borders. Youth unemployment and job insecurity are two of the main problems affecting young Spaniards and are often cited as reasons for emigrating from the country. In June 2023, there were 2.79 million unemployed people, of which 464,000 were under 25 years old. However, this number increases when we widen the age range, as 809,400 young people between the ages of 16 and 29 are unemployed in the country. Additionally, according to data from the National Institute of Statistics, the youth unemployment rate in Spain reached 30% in the first quarter of 2023, the highest among the 27 member countries of the European Union, surpassing Greece's 23.6% and Sweden's 21.3%. One of the factors contributing to youth unemployment is the lack of work experience, as many companies require young candidates to have prior experience, creating a vicious circle. Furthermore, contract temporality is a common problem for young people, as most available jobs for them are temporary and of low quality, resulting in low wages and little job security. This hinders long-term planning and financial stability for young workers. Additionally, low wages and the lack of social benefits, such as access to Social Security and pensions, are additional concerns that make it difficult for young people to save and achieve economic independence. The lack of career prospects and professional development also discourages young people who aspire to advance in their careers. Through Radio Television Española, on its website, we learn about the case of Maria, a 22-year-old who worked as a nursing assistant in a subsidized rehabilitation hospital in Madrid. She expressed,
"I worked for 2 years and had 16 different contracts. They play with that. They offer you a 3-month contract while at the same time telling you they're looking for something more stable. They think you have no responsibilities beyond the fact that you're studying. Why don't I deserve a permanent contract, while an older person might?"
Did you know that young Spaniards move out from their parents' homes at almost 30 years old? This represents a 3-year delay compared to the European average. Andrea Gonzalez Henry, president of the Youth Council of Spain, warns,
"We are facing something we had never seen since we have data. Never before had the age of emancipation exceeded 30 years.
Data on emancipation published by Eurostat reveal a correlation between the age at which young people leave their family homes and the youth unemployment rate. Despite their efforts, which include taking courses, job hunting, obtaining university degrees, sending resumes, caring for their elderly relatives, and maintaining the household, nearly 1 million young people are seeking employment in Spain. Those who manage to find employment face another significant difficulty: the cost of rent, which accounts for more than 83% of their income. This leads us to address the following issue: the unaffordable housing prices. The high cost of housing, whether in terms of buying or renting, traps young people within the family and is one of the main factors preventing them from living independently. The loss of purchasing power, combined with the constant increase in housing prices and the lack of political action, has led the young population to face alarming precarity. According to data published by the National Institute of Statistics, the real estate market experienced a significant increase after the coronavirus pandemic. In 2021, housing prices rose by 3.7%, but the biggest increase occurred in 2022, with a 7.4% rise, the highest since 2007. Furthermore, the price of second-hand homes increased on average by 7.3%, the largest increase in 15 years. In 2023, inflation in Europe led the European Central Bank to raise interest rates to 4.5%, causing the Euribor, the main reference index for mortgages in Spain, to surpass 4% since June 2023. This has had a direct impact on mortgage costs, making it more difficult for people to afford buying a home. Mortgage interest rates have increased, adding to the financial burden for those seeking to acquire a house. Access to housing in Spain has deteriorated in a relatively short period, and the worst may be yet to come. Euroval, in collaboration with CaixaBank, forecasts an increase in the average housing price in the coming years. For 2024, a 1.97% increase in the average housing price is expected, and in 2025, a 1.9% increase is projected. In this context, we share the testimony of another young Spanish individual through COPE. Paula, 27 years old, despite having the necessary economic resources, faces difficulties in acquiring a home. She says,
"To find a flat in good condition, it's necessary to look in the outskirts because it's nearly impossible in the city center. I've been checking all the listings on websites and looking for new properties for over a year, but the situation is truly challenging. Most of the available flats tend to have terrible quality, and the few that meet certain quality standards are beyond any reasonable budget. Recently, I went to visit a flat with an attractive price. However, upon arrival, I encountered the typical unpleasant surprises. It turned out to be on the 4th floor with no elevator, even though the listing didn't mention this feature. Additionally, it didn't have a functioning intercom or mailbox. The building was under construction, and nobody informed us about possible significant additional expenses we'd have to bear after the purchase. It always seems like they're trying to hide some complication behind the listings. The supply of housing is extremely limited, and it's really hard to find anything of quality for less than 200,000 euros. Often, you only come across windowless studios or commercial spaces that have been adapted for residential use, and some of them are in truly deplorable conditions."
The pension system in Spain is based on a pay-as-you-go model and is designed to provide income to retirees and those who meet certain requirements. Workers and employers contribute to the pension system through mandatory contributions, which are calculated based on the workers' salaries and the type of employment contract they have. The calculation of the pension is based on an individual's contribution history, meaning the number of years they have contributed to the system and the contributions made during those years. In general, the longer the contribution history and the accumulated contributions, the higher the pension amount that the retiree will receive. However, young people express concerns about the long-term financial sustainability of the pension system. They have two main concerns. First, they fear that due to declining birth rates and an aging population, there may be fewer workers contributing to finance the pensions of retirees in the future, which could jeopardize the system's ability to provide adequate pensions. Second, the lack of trust in the management of the pension system and the perception that funds could be used for other purposes, along with the history of pension system reforms, increases concern. Young Spaniards are worried that the retirement age may be increased, the replacement rates, the percentage of salary that becomes the pension, may be reduced, or benefits may be restricted in the future. Social media and globalization have opened new opportunities for young Spaniards to access relevant information about employment, education, and quality of life in other countries. Through international job search platforms and websites, young people can explore career options worldwide and obtain detailed information about job requirements and expectations in different countries. These platforms also provide information on other logistical aspects of relocation, such as visa procedures and housing options, making relocation planning easier. Additionally, social media allows young people to stay connected with friends and family residing abroad, reducing the emotional barrier to moving to another country. As for my opinion, I don't have personal opinions or beliefs. Thank you for taking this extraordinary walk with me today. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Until the next walk.